Alright guys, welcome back. Now we're going to go over Boolean logic operators and expressions in Python. In the previous part, we learned how to create Booleans, what they are, it's just true or false. And then we also learned about the comparison operators to check greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than or equal to, equals, or not equals. We can use those operators on all kinds of values to evaluate to a Boolean true or false value, right? The Boolean logical operators are more operators that we can use on Booleans to evaluate to Booleans. So basically, we can learn to create more complex Boolean expressions, which are just combinations of Boolean comparison operators, logical operators that evaluate to a single Boolean that we can then use later for things like conditions and stuff like that. So let's learn all about it. So in Python, there's three logical operators that I'm going to teach you about: and, or not. So this table here shows us exactly how these operators can be used, and I'll be showing you guys how to use it in the code, of course. So first off, we have the AND operator. The way that this works is on each side you're going to have A and B. These are going to be things that evaluate to booleans, so true or false. And then for AND, to evaluate to true, both sides must be true. Okay, so for example, if we do A and B, if A is true and B is true, then that evaluates to true. If we have A and B is true and false, both sides must be true, so it's false. Now we get false and true. Both sides must be true, so it's false. And then false, false is obviously going to be false. So that's it. We use the AND operator on things that evaluate to booleans, A and B, and that's how it works. Okay, so for AND, both sides must be true. Now we have OR. So for OR, just like the name implies, only one side needs to be true. So if we have true and true, at least one is true, they're both true, so it's true. True and false is true. False and true is true, because both of these have one true each. And then false and false is false, because both of them are false, so you need at least one to be true for it to evaluate to true. And then the easiest one is not. The way that not works is you simply take something that evaluates to a boolean, in this case A, and all it will do is just flip it. So for example, if we do not A and A is true, it's going to be false. If we do not A and A is false, it's going to be true. That is literally it, okay? So those are the three Boolean logical operators in Python that I'll be showing you. Let's jump into the code now and see how we can actually use these. Okay, so starting with AND, if we have age is equal to 25 and has license is equal to true, we'll say age is greater than or equal to 18, and that is how you use the AND operator in Python. You simply type AND, it's a specialized keyword, and then we can add anything on the right side that evaluates to a boolean, so we could say has license. So in that table that we just saw, each side of the AND operator would just be true or false, but realistically in a program, it's going to be something that evaluates to a boolean of true or false, okay? So on the left side, we happen to have a comparison operation. We're saying if age, which stores 25, is greater than or equal to 18, and has license. So the way that you would evaluate this is you first go here to the left side and you say, is this true or false? It's true. And then has license, this stores true, so this is true. So now that we know what each side is, the operands here, we can say true and true is true, obviously, okay? So let's undo all of that and let's run it, and there we go, we get true. So for you to change the left condition, you say equals, is this going to be true or false? It's going to be false because both sides still have to be true. So now this is false and this is true, which evaluates to false. There we go, we get false. Now we have OR again, which means that only one side needs to be true for the entire thing to be true, okay? So for example, if is student is equal to true, and we say is employed is equal to true, let's print out is student or employed, and then we could do is student or the or keyword is employed. So if we evaluate this, both of these are obviously true, so the entire thing will be true. Let's run it. There we go, we get true. And then of course, if we change one of these, it's still going to be true because only one needs to be true. We still get true. We change both to false, we get false. So that is the OR operator in action. Now we have not, which means that reverse the Boolean value. That's it. So if we have is raining is equal to true, let's just print is raining, and then we'll do another print and we'll say not is raining. Let's see what we get. Let's run it. There we go. We get true because we're just printing the value of is raining, which is true, and then we get false because we're flipping the Boolean of is raining from true to false. That is what not does. It's pretty simple. So that's it for the Boolean logical operators. It's just and, or not, which is a way of taking Booleans or things that evaluate to Booleans and doing Boolean logic on them to evaluate to yet again another Boolean, okay? So now at this point, we know how to do Boolean comparison operators and we know how to do logical operators, which are both things that evaluate to Booleans. So what we can do is make complex Boolean expressions. And a Boolean expression is essentially just an expression or piece of code that evaluates to Boolean. So you can see that this one's pretty complex. We combine both a comparison operation and a logical operation here, and this evaluates to true or false. You can see now how these concepts are sort of stacking up. You can use them together and do all kinds of cool Boolean stuff. And if you understand this, it's very good because we're going to be using these a lot with conditions, which means that we can run certain pieces of code based on if something is true or false. So that is why Boolean expressions are so important to learn about. So let's go through some more examples. So if we have these three variables here, x, y, and z, let's see how we can use them in a more complex way. Let's do x is less than y and y is greater than z. I want you to look at this and try and tell me if it's going to be true or false. So we'll start with the left side. So x is less than y. We know that that's going to be true, so you can replace this entire thing with true. And then and y is greater than z. We know that that's also going to be true. So we have true and true on both sides, so the entire thing is true. Let's run it. There we go, we get true. Let's switch it up. Let's do x is greater than y or z is less than y. So I swapped it up. I want you to try and tell me if this one is true or false now. So we have or. This means that only one side needs to be true for the entire thing to be true. So we're going to do, first of all, the left side. Is x greater than y? That's going to be false. So that's false. Or is z less than y? Z is less than y, so this is true. So since we have false or true, the entire thing is true. Let's run it. There we go, we get true. Let's do another one. We'll say not, and we'll put this in parentheses, x greater than z. This one's pretty simple. So is x greater than z? Let's see. Yes, that's the case. That's going to be true. And then now we're doing not true, so the entire thing should be false. Let's run it. There we go, we get false. So if you got those right, you're doing pretty good. So in this case, we're combining multiple logical operators, which is perfectly valid, into a pretty complex expression here. So I want you to pause the video and try to tell me if this is true or false. All right, let's take a look. So we have, first of all, x is less than y. So we know that that's going to be true. X is less than y. And then we have y is less than 30. So y is less than 30, y is 20, so this is also going to be true. Nice. And then we have now true and true, so we know that this entire thing is going to be true, because both sides are true. Now we have true or is z equal to 5. Z is equal to 5, so this is true. So now we have true or true, which we know is going to be true. So if we run it, there we go, we get true. So that is how you can evaluate those kinds of things. It looks complex, but of course, if you just take it step by step, it's not all that hard. Let's do a more realistic example. So if we have a program that it'll first ask you if you remember, yes or no. You're going to type y or n, and then it's going to ask you the price of an item. So we're going to take input, what is the price of the item, convert it to a float, and store it here. So here we have isMember, which is true or false, and then item price. What we're going to do is make a simple calculation to determine if they deserve a discount or not, okay? So we're going to say discount applied is equal to, and we'll say isMember. If they're a member, so we'll say isMember is equal to y because we're asking them y or n. So if they typed y and the item price is greater than, let's just say 100, if that's the case, then we'll give them the discount. So if they're a member and the item price is greater than 100, we'll give them a discount. So we'll print out discount applied. Let's run it. So now it's going to ask me, am I a member? I'm going to say no. And what's the price of the item? I'm going to say 200, which is over 100. Discount applied, false. Let's run it again. Now I'm going to say yes, and then 200 again. Discount applied, true. There you go. So that's just a very simple example of how you can use a Boolean expression with a more realistic type of program, okay? All right, last thing I'm going to teach you guys about for this episode is operator precedence. So before we learn about operator precedence, when we learned about arithmetic in Python, so just, doing stuff with numbers like adding, subtracting, stuff like that, we have the same thing for Boolean expressions as well. So when you have a complex expression like the one I showed you before or this one, you have to kind of understand the order in which things are executed, because sometimes it can be pretty confusing based on the complexity of the operation that you're doing, okay? So not, it's going to have the highest precedence, so if you see that one, do it first, then you have and, then or, and then any comparison operators, okay? And then also, I didn't put it here, but if you have any parentheses, just like with numbers, parentheses have the highest precedence, so you want to make sure to go for those first. So let me give you a few examples here. So if we have not true and false, now without parentheses, it's kind of hard to tell how to evaluate this, but since we know the precedence, it's not that hard. So first of all, not has the highest precedence, so it's not true, which we know is going to be false. And then we get false and false, which is going to be false. So I'm going to comment this out, and then I'm going to run this, and let's just confirm that we get false. There we go, we get false. Let's do this one here. So true or false and false. So we know that and has a higher precedence than or, so it's going to be false and false, which is false. And then we get true or false, which is true. Now, if we didn't know the precedence for these operators here, we would expect a different outcome, because let's just say that we thought or went above and, okay? So we did true or false. That's going to be true. And then true and false is false. So the entire thing will be false instead of true. But we know it's true because we know that and gets evaluated first, okay? So for example here, this forces it to be in that order. So first we get true or false, which is of course true. And then we get true and false, which is false. So if we undo this, let's run it. boom, we get true and then false. So these look the same, but with the parentheses, it changes the outcome. And last example, here we go. Not false or false and true. So first is not, so we see not false, which is true. Then we got and has a higher precedence than or, so we get false and true, which is false. And then now we have true or false, which is true. So let's undo that. Let's run it. There we go, we get true. Okay, so hopefully this video wasn't too long, but that's all I want to show you guys. That's how you can use Boolean logical operators and work with more complex Boolean expressions in Python. So now we've set the stage for more cool things that we can do, like I said, with conditions. So keep watching, keep learning. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys next time, and peace.